My research has shown that federal funding dollars, both from the NIH and the CDMRP, which is a congressional department for research funding as well, what it shows is that we do a really good job of funding cancers based on incidence. So ones that are common, dollars do follow that quite well. But ones that are common and also have a higher mortality rate, so things like lung cancer, colorectal cancer, liver cancer, even though those are very common diseases, pancreatic is another one I forgot, but even though these are relatively common diseases, they have very high mortality rates, and in a very sort of backwards way, the dollars actually don't really match that. And so I definitely think, and my research also showed that when you look at dollars, as you would expect, as they go up, the number of clinical trials in that particular tumor type also increase in a very linear way. So what that tells you really is that unless you're putting money towards something, you really are not going to make progress in outcomes. And so I definitely think, unfortunately, this is kind of a negative feed-forward cycle in a lot of ways, where cancers that have high mortality rates today continue to get less funding, and then that mortality rate continues to remain high. And so I definitely think that's something we have to reverse. Otherwise, we're never going to really close that gap and heal that inequity, really.